guess there was a lot of shame attached to that label of victim. It happens to so many women, you know, when it happens in your home behind closed doors with someone you love, it's not as straightforward. If a stranger did this, you know, as it was pointed out to me, if a stranger did this, it would be a no-brainer. It's telling someone safe is the beginning of choosing yourself. I really, like, think about it. If I hadn't had that, if I hadn't had a few people that I really trust around me, a few women support, a few friends, if I hadn't had them around me, how different my life would be.
It's no secret that Amber Heard has been advocating her lawsuit against ex-husband Johnny Depp as her own way of fighting domestic violence. In fact, the Aquaman star released a long letter after the verdict was announced. In the said letter, Amber reiterated how the verdict against her is nothing but a setback for women who are victims of domestic violence just like herself. But a lot of women are raising their eyebrows at these statements. In fact, I prepared a list of outspoken women who called out Amber for using the victim narrative to accommodate her lies. And yes, they totally destroyed her. So, who are these women, and how did they react to Amber's lies? Let's find out. At number 7 on our list, we have Zoe, a psychologist and a YouTuber who debunked Amber's emotions and body language throughout the trial. In one of her videos, Zoe talked about Amber's testimony and whether there were similarities between the way she acted and the usual demeanors of people who actually suffered from DV. People were not surprised when Zoe revealed that Amber came off as confident and arrogant rather than timid and confused, just like other victims would act while narrating their past traumas or when confronted with them.
What I find people struggle with the most when they've come out of an abusive relationship is trying to take their feelings and their thoughts and their experiences seriously. You know, trying to believe that they really matter, and even to be able to hold on to what they are, because they're so used to having to adapt to someone else's needs that come before theirs, and they're so used to having to think that everything's come up. And Amber Heard isn't giving any of that off. You know, she's not confused in the way she's coming across. She's coming across as someone who's absolutely clear that various lines were crossed in the way she's talking. If you have therapy, you can get to that point of, you know, of getting more and more sure of yourself and more and more sure of what was wrong. With Amber Heard, you see contempt more than anything else. Confidence, you could say arrogance, and contempt.
Next up at number 6 is Jennifer Howell. Of course, we can't forget about Howell, who exposed Amber's lies during her deposition. She not only proved that Johnny didn't pay her a single penny to testify, she also destroyed Amber's narrative about the alleged abuse she suffered from Depp.
Did you ever see Mr. Depp appear intoxicated?
No.
Did Ms. Heard ever show you photographs of depicting injuries on her face or body?
No.
Did Ms. Heard ever tell you that Mr. Depp was abusive towards her?
No.
And how she was actually the one who hit her own sister.
Doing it because they're trying to protect their sister, and I'm trying to protect her, and I'm just trying to get her to wake up and do the right thing, which is tell the truth. That's the only thing that can help everybody involved in this case.
Moving to number 5, PR and media expert Lynn. Lynn is another expert who shared her reaction on YouTube. This time, she analyzed Amber's controversial interview with the Today Show and digested how the entirety of it was a disaster and how badly it affected Amber's image. She also emphasized how Amber also causes havoc whenever she opens her mouth and should have thought it over before saying yes to the interview. Next at number 4, Megyn Kelly. Yep, even Megyn Kelly decided to speak up about Amber. And you know it's super bad that even people are agreeing with her and you can't blame them. Megyn actually made a lot of points. Even her guest pointed out a lot of holes in Amber's narrative. And it was a total wreck for the Aquaman star. Like, they literally left no crumbs.
You know, she's like, first of all, I don't care what anybody thinks of me. Yes, she clearly does, because it came out of the trial over and over, the number of media attempts she made, the number of media manipulations she attempted, right? From making sure that TMZ, 100% they proved this at trial, making sure TMZ was there when she walked out of her, filing her request for a restraining order with the bruise on her face, real or fake. She made sure they were there. I mean, I was amazed at how great the defense did at proving at least that point, that she did manipulate TMZ. When the TMZ guy took the stand and testified to it over TMZ's objection, that was a very important moment of the trial. You know, she, of course, worked with the ACLU to publish the op-ed, which got her in trouble in the defamation. The point is, she cares. She's only saying she doesn't care because she just lost. And for her to say that the social media against her was unfair, you know, to me, it's like, as I said in the intro to the whole show, chicken or egg, right? Like, she was unbelievable and social media turned against her, or social media turned against her and then the jurors found her unbelievable. She thinks it's the latter. I think it's the former. What do you guys think?
Moving to number 3, Kate Moss. The supermodel kept it short but full of impact when she proved that Amber lied about the staircase incident and firmly testified that Johnny never ever hit her during their relationship.
We were leaving the room and Johnny left the room before I did, and there had been a rainstorm, and as I left the room I slid down the stairs and I hurt my back.
How did you...
And
I apologize, Ms. Moss. Please continue.
And I screamed because I was in, because I didn't know what had happened to me and I was in pain, and he came running back to help me and carried me to my room and got me medical attention.
Did Mr. Depp push you in any way down the stairs?
No.
During the course of your relationship, did he ever push you down any stairs?
No, he never pushed me, kicked me, or threw me down any stairs.
At number 2, we have Savannah Guthrie. Today's Savannah Guthrie didn't let Amber create her own narrative and confuse people even more.
Way to say it. The jury looked at the evidence you presented. They listened to your testimony, and they did not believe you. They thought you were lying. How could they?
The anchor didn't hesitate and correct Amber on the spot and even exposed her lies while doing the interview with her.
Instead of a jury, some evidence is admissible in a UK court that is not admissible in a US court. Do you think that maybe he just had better lawyers?
I will say his lawyers did certainly a better job of distracting the jury.
And it's pretty satisfying to see Heard's reaction whenever she gets cornered.
It's actually so much bigger than that. This is not only about our First Amendment right to speak.
But here's the thing about the First Amendment. The First Amendment protects free speech. It doesn't protect lies that amount to defamation. And that was the issue in the case.
Yes, exactly.
Lastly, at number 1, Gayle King. Well, she didn't destroy Amber directly, but she did successfully expose her lies and twisted narrative when she interviewed her lawyer, Elaine Bredehoft. And boy oh boy, the lawyer was literally scrambling to find a way out whenever she got shut down by Gayle King's savage questions about her client.
Beating you. You're out of luck.
But Elaine, I think it was bigger than that, because you had the evidence, as you say, but they did not believe her. Why do you think they did not believe her?
I think that a lot of that was that it was Johnny Depp. I think the celebrity status.
But she's a celebrity too.
And it's not only not believing her.
But she's a celebrity too.
Right.
But you have to remember, it's a tale of two trials. All the evidence came in the UK. Mr. Depp brought that one. The burden of proof was on the son in the UK because they had called him a wife beater and talked about the domestic violence.
Well, it seems like Amber needs to do a better job if she really wants to be accepted by women who aren't convinced that she is telling the truth. How about you? Who is your favorite from the list? Let me know in the comments below.